Welcome into A Toast Film, everybody. I'm one of your hosts, Trey.
And I'm one of your hosts, E Bo.
And we just got out of the movies.
Literally, just got out. Spencer's still eating popcorn. That's how just out of the theater we are.
Still warm. We've got quite an episode for you and a lot of reviews and some fun lists. But what else we got for him today, Eddie?
Let me tell y'all. So we have three theatrical releases we will be reviewing. Paddington in Peru special early review, Hard Eyes, and Companion. As well as we're bringing it back, guys, the weekly Top 5. This week, Top 5 Valentine's horror movies to watch with your sweetie. Yeah. But, Trey, we just have to mention today is the big game.
Yeah, it is.
You know, that's what all these folks like to call it, the Super Bowl. We're not afraid to say it. We're not endorsed by anybody yet.
Right.
But the Super Bowl is today. Chiefs versus Eagles. I'm pulling for the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm happy. I've got no skin in the game. I
Same.
could be happy either way. Both have, something to prove and have some stakes, but well, actually not really the Eagles, but
No, the Eagles do. A lot of people are saying, because I follow the week to week.
yeah.
A lot of people are saying Jalen Hurts should not be a starter. They're saying he doesn't have the winning mentality, even though this is his second Super Bowl in 3 years.
Yeah,
Everyone's like, nah, this guy, bum, get him out of here.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. And Invincible with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Great Eagles movie.
Yeah.
There you go. Watch that. Everybody watch that.
True, man.
The power of Vince Papale will get the Eagles past the hump.
Hey, and maybe a proposal from Mr. Travis Kelce himself.
I've been saying, when the Chiefs win, because I do see them winning. When the Chiefs win, Kelce is either proposing and or retiring. That's what I see. I see multiple touchdowns, possible Super Bowl MVP. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay, so I'm seeing Eagles winning.
Oh.
No proposal.
Oh.
And possibly a retirement. We could sync up there.
He's already got 3 Super Bowl rings.
Right.
Buddy earned it. He's my age.
Right.
So, whatever happens, people will be watching. We got some great trailers.
Yeah, we do.
So, but before we jump into our double feature of Valentine's horror.
Yep.
There's something I need to attend to. Because, guys, as much as I genuinely love Trey and Spencer, they've never seen the Paddington Bear movies.
No, we
the Paddington
I know, man.
movies.
We came about 20 years after my childhood, so I missed it just by a nut.
These movies are very recent. And you know what, Trey? I don't even think you know what a Paddington Bear is. But you're going to learn. Because Paddington in Peru, I went to a special early screening yesterday. So this is from Dougal Wilson. This is the first movie he's done.
Okay.
Not just first Paddington Bear, first movie.
Okay.
He's done. The previous 2 were done by Paul King. We got Ben Whishaw as Paddington Bear returning. Hugh Bonneville as Mr. Brown returning. Emily Mortimer, though, has been cast as Miss Brown. Love Emily Mortimer.
Yeah.
Sally Hawkins was in the first 2. We got Aunt Lucy the Bear by Imelda Staunton, Dolores Umbridge herself, playing the sweet elderly bear.
Okay.
Antonio Banderas is the charming, but maybe bad Hunter Cabot.
Uh-oh.
Haley Atwell does a little cameo, and Olivia Colman is the Mother Superior. But is she good or bad?
So, how does this one hold up?
So I was initially nervous.
Okay.
New director.
Yeah.
Couple of cast changes. I have to say, guys, this lives up to the first 2. These movies, they are, the best way to describe them is they're warm, they're whimsical, they're innocent. You just go in them and you feel good because they're just sweet movies.
Yeah.
Paddington Bear, everything he says, he's very polite. He's just a polite little bear.
Yep.
He just wants to eat orange sandwiches.
Yeah.
Marmalade. And this one, his aunt is in trouble. So he has to go back to the jungles of Peru and try and find out what happened to his aunt.
Okay.
And one thing I love about these Paddington Bear movies is I don't know if they intentionally make the villain so obvious it like punches you in the face.
Yeah.
Because these are family films.
Yeah.
Or if they're like, well, you're not going to think it's the villain because we're telling you it's the villain.
Right.
I don't know, but it's very funny. You know, everyone in here is having a great time.
Okay.
Antonio Banderas has a good skit where he's sitting at a desk and there's a painting of one of his ancestors behind him.
Oh.
And the camera like pans.
Okay.
And when it cuts around him, it's him in that costume as the ancestor doing a little bit.
Okay.
And then it pans back when someone comes in the room and it's just a painting. So everyone's having fun in this. Like I said, it's just a good time. You're going to feel great if you see these. If you haven't seen them, Paddington Bear 1, incredible. Paddington Bear 2, phenomenal. For a while there, it was 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
Very
I have seen that.
Small club. Paddington Bear 3, I think, lives up to the hype. I think it's a wonderful movie that I think you should check out. All ages. I don't care if you're 1 year old or 100 years old.
Okay.
Check it out. I'm going to give Paddington in Peru a 4.4 out of 5 cheers.
Wow. Okay. Not
4.4.
bad. Not bad at all. Well, okay. Well, you know, and it's good to see, you know, a successful franchise that every movie has the right formula. So it's good to see that, man. I know it's a great movie for like families. And
I think I could safely say if I was making a top 5 trilogies, I think the Paddington trilogy is going to make it.
I can see that. I mean, based on the Rotten Tomatoes reviews alone, like there's not a bad thing people say about these movies, you know.
Toast a little marmalade sandwich to Paddington Bear tonight. But Trey, we got a movie. The movie we just walked out of.
Yes.
Just literally left the theater, jetted here. That was a film from director Josh Rubin, who gave us Werewolves Within.
Yep.
Mr. Call 911 himself.
Yep. Scare package, you know. Oh my gosh, one of my favorites. Scare Me. Another, I mean, guys in the right field.
And I mean, you want to talk about right field. We got writers, Michael Kennedy, who was a writer of Freaky, writer of It's a Wonderful Life, and my man, my number one director, the man with the poster right above my head, Christopher Landon, writer of most of the Paranormal Activity movies except the first movie, writer of Disturbia, writer of Happy Death Day to You, writer of Freaky, director of Freaky, director of Happy Death Day movies.
Just of a resume.
Top tier.
Christopher Landon has definitely set his name apart from rookie directors now. He now has established his name. He's got movies after movies, writing credits, where all these movies are successful. I mean, he's successfully written a franchise, you know.
Hey, Drop's coming soon.
Yeah, also looks good.
But this one, we got Olivia Holt as Allie. Allie. She's a dagger from the Cloak and Dagger series.
Okay, yeah, I didn't recognize her from anything, so that makes sense.
And Mason Gooding as Jay, who you might recognize from the Scream films.
Yep.
And Trey dropped a bombshell on us. Well, Spence dropped a bombshell on Trey, who dropped it to me.
Right.
That this is Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son.
Yeah, now I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
But at first I wouldn't have known
He's
that.
He's got the smile, he's got the charisma.
Yeah.
The lead girl was also in Cruel Summer.
Oh, okay.
I don't think y'all watched that, but that was really good.
Okay.
Cruel Summer. Well, there's a Hard Eyes killer. Every year for the past 2 years.
Yep.
This person wearing a mask with these 2 hard eyes. They go around killing. And, you know, we had to just calm our nerves with a 2-hearted IPA. This is American IPA from Bell's.
Hey, not
Trey, what do you think?
Oh, it's solid. Yeah, I'll be guzzling mine down before the end of this pod.
Hey, it's the big game.
You know what
if you're not going to drink a couple of brewskis for the big game.
That's what I'm saying.
2-heart IPA, great IPA. And like we said, Hard Eyes, every year, different city.
Yeah.
Started Boston, then Philadelphia, now in Seattle.
Yes.
The opening scene to this movie is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
It is. You get full rom-com.
Yeah.
And you forget, like, you're thinking you're watching, like, what's that channel? Hallmark?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And then the killing spree occurs. A lot of blood, a lot of gore in this film.
Yeah.
Trey, what'd you think of Hard Eyes?
So, I gotta say, this movie was a lot of fun. The writing was really well done. No surprise there. You know, we know who's behind that. Director, again, you know, we love his films, so I could definitely see his touch to this movie. Movie was really solid. It will absolutely hold its place in the rankings of upper tier Valentine's movies, because you know we really just don't have a lot of them when you think about it.
We have some that might get referenced later when we do our list. You know, there's a prominent one,
right?
But my issue with this, I love the two leads.
Yeah,
I think the casting on the two leads, top notch.
Yeah,
I love all the little like Valentine quirky cute things.
Yeah,
I think they do very strong with that. The opening scene. My issue lies in the killer itself, because the look is amazing. I love the look, like the eyes, and they glow like infrared.
Yeah,
and at one point they like smear a smile in blood. But when we get the reveal, I was like, okay. Like, I don't know. It didn't pack the punch that I want. I feel like
interesting.
I feel like I was up here with the movie, and then it brought me down some.
That's funny, because I was actually the quite opposite. So the movie was good movie, but I had it, you know, above the middle of the road. But this bumped it up a few notches. To me, the ending really amplified the movie, because I love a whodunit that gives you all the pieces throughout the movie, and I felt dumb that I didn't get it.
I mean, that's fair.
And there was so many clues. And again, one thing that really, you know, kills me in movies is when directors write a whodunit, but they don't want you to ever have a clue, so they don't write any clues in the movie. But this one, there was so many clues.
There was a big one too.
Yeah. So I really liked the reveal. It worked for me. It flowed with the story and the writing. The one thing I will say, because there are some issues, there was some pacing issues at times. Me and Spencer looked over each other. We're like, oh, the movie's still going? Like, I thought the movie ended, you know, a little bit before. But I will say, if it did end before, it wouldn't have had as good a ratings for me, because, you know, it just didn't make sense. You know, that reveal didn't make any sense, you know? So once you get to the true reveal, you're like, okay, I get it now. So I had a good time in the movie. There was some times where I rolled my eyes, you know, a few times, and I was like, oh my goodness, here we go.
I was having some fun though. Like, me and Spence, we're big on like romantic comedies.
Yeah.
So I feel like all the rom-com stuff we were really vibing with.
Yeah.
And then you were vibing more when it was focusing on the horror elements and not so much that.
Yeah. I would agree with that. But yeah, do we want to dive right into the cheers?
Let's dive into it.
So I thought about this I've been, you know, simmering on this since I was the drive over here.
Yeah.
And I feel very confident and secure with this review. I'm giving this movie a 3.8 out of 5 cheers.
Dude, funny enough, that's where I'm at.
Really?
Yeah, 3.8. Because I was tinkering around like a 4.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I think whoever, you know, casted the people to fill in those very like cutesy roles, I feel they did very good with.
Yeah.
But then like we get a reveal and you're like, huh? And then you're talking when they give you the real reveal and it makes more sense.
Yeah.
I do agree. It made more sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was kind of like, you know.
Okay.
I was kind of okay with it.
To me, it was the reveal Scream 6 should have been. Like, I think Hard Eyes had a little bit better writing on their, like, whodunit.
Oh, I'll give you that.
And then Scream 6. And this felt like Christopher Landon could have written, you know, the next one.
We'll talk off air because there's something. It's not the person, it's the motivation.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what my issue. I'm getting hung up on.
Yeah, I honestly I mess with the motivation too. It didn't have to be anything groundbreaking. It just had to work for Valentine's Day. And everything did.
Hey, this is gonna be a good like little rotation.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not every Valentine's Day, but a
Yeah.
lot of them, you know, just pop it on the background.
Absolutely.
Dude, a Valentine's party.
Yeah.
You can watch like the good like stuff.
And I didn't mean to cut you off,
No, you're
but
good.
I'll say without spoiling for the viewers, I think another thing I liked about this movie is I liked who wasn't the killer.
True. There was a couple of people where I was like, if this is the killer, like
Yeah, exactly.
especially one in particular.
I agree. And I always had a feeling it was going to be like a Scream, like there was 2, you know, or maybe more or maybe less.
Yeah.
We don't know. But I don't want to give anything away, but you know, it was
I think more works in this than doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, 3 8s across the board. Okay.
So we got a companion.
Mhm.
This movie is from writer-director Drew Hancock, who was the writer of Blue Mountain State. You're a big fan of Blue
my
Mountain State.
God. I did not know
Yeah,
that.
same writer. The person who
Wow.
wrote on the show is who
Well,
directed
I
this.
mean, it makes sense, you know?
We got our girl Sophie Thatcher as Iris.
Yeah.
She was Sister Barnes in Heretic.
Yeah.
You know, Heretic. Make sure to watch our TikTok on
Oh,
that.
man.
Trey's face.
Still not recovered.
And we got old Huey, Jack
Mhm.
Quaid as Josh, and they're in love.
Yep.
They're going to this, they call it a cabin in the woods, but it's like this beautiful giant
Yes.
house in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And we got our boy Harvey Gillen as Eli, old Guillermo.
Yeah.
And pulling back to our boy Josh Rubin, he was Joaquin in Werewolves Within.
Ah.
Remember the one who was in the couple and he knew about the legend, the seventh sister
Ah, yes.
is always a werewolf in his culture?
That's right. Well, I tell you, Companion.
Mm-hmm.
Companion was fantastic. Guys, when you see the reviews and you normally see, you know, kind of like Eddie talks about with Paddington, when you see that the critics give this an A and the audience give it an A, it's hard not to like a film like that. You know what I mean?
Here's my question, so I can know where I should go with my review.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that some people like Peyton aren't aware of when they go into the movie. And there's people like us who the trailer spoils it, the poster spoils it. Should we touch on that in our reviews or should we avoid it?
I say avoid it.
Avoid it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good because I need to know I need to know where to go with my reviews.
Yeah.
I think this was a great performance by Sophie Thatcher.
Yeah.
She has such she has that kind of I don't want to say raspy, but you know what I'm saying. Like she has that kind of deeper tone voice.
Yeah.
And she just is so small, so cute. She has all these little outfits.
Yeah. She's very quirky.
Jack Quaid, I will say this, not saying anything that happens in the movie. I would never date Jack Quaid in a movie. This mug.
He doesn't have a great track record.
I mean, anything like The Boys.
Yeah.
I mean, God bless the girl in Novocaine.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Telling you. But I gotta say, Companion worked on every front for me.
Mm-hmm.
This movie absolutely lives up to the hype. We all praised this movie when we got out of theater. We sent Jerfy Choo Choo to go see it. He also gave it rave reviews. So as of right now, I haven't heard a person who doesn't like the movie.
This is very true. And I think what helps is the movie has a lot of thought put into it with some of the things, but also it has some good comedy.
Great
Much like
comedy.
Hard Eyes, which is like a romantic comedy with horror.
Yeah.
This is things are happening in Companion, but there's some great comedy, like a scene involving Sophie where she is speaking German.
Oh, yeah.
Not going to reveal why, but she is speaking German, and I found that scene to be really funny.
Oh, 100%. And also, there was a couple of flashback scenes with the comedy that was hilarious. You know, a lot of comedy just doesn't work for me, but they figured out a way to make this comedy work so well. Nothing is forced, and it's really just laugh out loud funny. And you know, comedy, it takes a back seat in Companion, but when they knew they wanted to have some, comedic elements, and when they did, they all landed. I thought it was well done.
Hey, if you're single and at a Halloween party, just step on whoever's dressed as a dinosaur's tail.
Yeah.
Just saying, it has a 2 out of 2 success rate so far.
Yeah. But I tell you, I can't say enough good things about Companion.
True.
I actually thought about it all weekend since we saw it. In fact, I went into Hard Eyes thinking, how is this going to live up to Companion? Because, the bar was set so high.
We'll say, don't watch the trailer if you haven't.
Yeah.
Because there's something me and Dre aren't touching on that's a very big aspect of this movie that is spoiled in the trailer.
Yeah.
So avoid all the trailers if you can. Avoid looking at the poster too hard.
Right.
And just go into this wanting to have a good time.
Yeah.
And much like some of the elements of Hard Eyes, get wrapped up in the relationship. Like, especially if you go with Trey and Spence went together.
Yeah.
If you go as a couple, it's like, oh, that's cute. And then crazy things happen.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more.
I'll tell you this. Between Hard Eyes and Companion, I don't want nobody to get a metal straw near me.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody to get one of them little automatic wine decorkers.
Yeah.
Y'all need to keep all these things away from me.
Yeah,
okay?
Basically kitchen utensils.
That aren't a knife. In fact, get the knife near me. Just don't get the other stuff.
Right. I can handle the knife.
But Trey, before we get into our top 5, what would you rate Companion, my guy?
So I've thought about this, and I land on this with confidence. I'm giving Companion a 4.7.
Holy smokes.
A 4.7 out of 5 cheers. I mean, here's the thing. There's just no wrong in the movie to me. Now, can I put it at a 5? I can't say I can go that far because, 5s just are such a limited group of movies. We can't be throwing around 5s left and right, but this movie is dang near perfect, and I feel very confident with a 4.7. And in fact, Jeff also gave this movie a 4.7.
Dude,
yeah,
that's some solid rating.
Yeah, and again, it's that when you really think about it, there's nothing I can really say just did me wrong. Also, everything was explained. There was no plot holes in this movie at all. The writers thought through this. The dialogue was perfect, and the dialogue was intricate. They had to do that well, and there was also really good twists and turns.
The side characters were good.
Side characters are great, and again, the story as well with the twists and turns. But 4.7. I feel very confident with that.
I would give it a 4.2.
4.2. Okay.
I had a few issues with it.
Okay.
But there's a movie on Netflix, I'll say, that is very similar to this.
Okay.
That I would put in like the 3.9 to 4 range. So I had to put this above it because I do think this is a better made film, better acted film.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
solid,
if you watch Companion and you want to see something of that similar vein, there is one on Netflix. I won't say because that, will tell y'all everything.
I know what you're talking about.
Little Miss Spence, what would you give Hard Eyes and Companion?
Out of 5.
Well, hold on. I got to do the math if we do out of 5.
Out of 5.
I'm curious.
All right. Hard Eyes. So out of 5 would be like a 3.6.
Okay. Spence gives Hard Eyes 3.6.
I thought it was cute. It got a little cheesy. I'm a rom-com girly, but I was just like not in the mood for that. I thought I was just seeing like a slasher film.
Yeah.
So that kind of took me back. So it was a little more camp than I expected, but it was cute. And then Companion, hold on. Let me do math.
Math's hard.
It's got to be high. It's got to be high. Companion was just that good, guys. I mean, it was a fun one.
4.75.
Oh,
so we are right. Me and her.
Yeah, I gave it a 95. I love the cast. Love the main character. She's also in Yellow Jackets, which y'all haven't seen that, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
And her interview with Brittany Broski on the oh God, what's her little medieval talk show, the Royal Court?
Yeah,
was amazing.
Sophie Thatcher's great.
Yeah, I thought the story was super original. Had really good humor, action, and some good violence. And had some creative deaths,
Yeah.
which I always love a creative death.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That is true. They had some creative deaths and hard eyes too.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
But
Don't-
yeah.
Hey, that's another one. Don't go to a winery.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is just interesting times we're in right now. Beginning of the year, Valentine's Day movies never take precedence, but they never take precedence in horror movies, especially. It's always rom-coms, and we're getting Love Hurts. We're getting an action Valentine's movie. We got Companion, and then we got Hard Eyes. This is pretty interesting year for Valentine's horror and all movies that got good reviews except for one. But
hey, we got Paddington Bear coming out on Valentine's Day.
Hey,
That's a movie about love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paddington Bear. But Trey, before we get out of here, y'all gotta get some pups. I gotta figure out some food. I think everybody's getting some wings tonight.
That's right.
If you can't eat wings on the Super Bowl, then what do you do?
Exactly.
But Trey, let's say, because at time of recording, it's the Sunday before Valentine's Day, the night. Let's say, y'all are a couple, and you're like, baby, I want to watch a little horror movie tonight. And so it's like, and then y'all just pop on a horror movie. Trey, for the couples out there,
okay,
and for the single folks out there that just want to feel something,
right?
What are 5 horror movies you could watch on Valentine's Day?
Okay, so here's my 5. You go in with this with any of your significant others. I think you're going to be in good shape.
And single folks.
At number 5, a classic. You have to have Valentine on your list. David Borealis. You know what I mean? Yeah, this was peak late 90s horror, and it's in the name. You just have to say it. It's classic slasher. It's got the tropes, but start with that one. But it has it's classic for a reason. At number 4, I've got My Bloody Valentines.
Which one?
Jensen Ackles, 2006.
Yeah, I heard Jensen Ackles was in the remake.
Yeah. Jensen Ackles, he's great, man.
Jensen Ackles.
But My Bloody Valentines is really fun. They had the 3D version that gives it a little extra something.
It gives it something.
Gives it something. I enjoyed it. It's campy, but I feel like that's kind of the genre. When you blend love and horror, it's going to have to be a little campy, and all these really are. At number 3, I went outside the box on a couple of these. Bride of the Reanimator.
Dude, that's a good choice.
Right?
I almost put that on my list.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, dude, because, the Valentine's movies are so limited. But
very true.
This is a horror movie, and it's all about getting his love back that died, So, honestly, this one really works for me, and
it's good.
And the original Reanimator is great in itself.
That cat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But at number 2, I have Hard Eyes.
Oh.
I think Hard Eyes did well enough to put itself on the list and put itself pretty high on the list. But at number 1, also really outside the box, Silence of the Lambs. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, I'm going to need an explanation on this one.
Did you know that Silence of the Lambs came out on Valentine's Day?
Holy smokes.
It came out on Valentine's Day. And not only that, it's about a serial killer who is in love with Clarice. And he does not want her harmed, so he is giving her clues on who the killer is. It's a one-sided love, but he does love Clarice. And
interesting.
So with those two, and it came out on Valentine's weekend.
You just gotta serve it, get some fava beans, a nice Chianti.
Yeah, some lotion.
No, the lotion goes in the basket.
The lotion's in the basket. Yeah,
dude, I like your list.
Hey, appreciate that, buddy. Yeah,
that definitely outside the box, but that would be, it's slow, so you get a little smoochy smooch in there during the movie.
And women love crime dramas.
That's
guys.
true.
They eat it up. They'll be watching how they dismember a body like it's no problem,
Well,
and
listening's a big one nowadays. Listen to like the podcast.
Absolutely.
Dude, I like the list.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, so I actually have a 2025 film made my list also.
Really?
So starting with number 5, because I wanted to do something current.
Okay.
Lee Wannell's The Wolfman.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hear me out.
Yeah, no,
I
get
want
it.
something current, like this year or last year.
Right.
And I mean, this movie is about the struggles of relationships.
It is.
So I think it would be a good one. You know, it's hitting VOD now. It might still be in theaters.
Yeah.
So it'd be a nice little date night movie. You could even do a double feature with The Fly.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, if your girl or guy, whoever they are, if they can sit through The Wolfman, Lee Wannell's Wolfman, and The Fly, all that grossness, they're the one. They're the one.
Two great movies, by the way.
Two great movies. But
I
I'm
really
saying,
enjoyed them.
When it's date night and you got like skin falling off and stuff like that twice.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Or maybe run. If they're not flinching at that, maybe
maybe like it's like the killer's coming from inside the room.
Yeah, the girl's like, I'm hungry all of a sudden. It's like, you're hungry after that. Okay.
She's like, and I have a nice Chianti.
Right.
All right. So at number 4, I went the original My Bloody Valentine from George Mahalka.
Yeah, okay.
I think
that's a better movie.
A lot of people watch the Jensen Ackles one.
Yeah.
And it's fine. You know, it's 3D, so it's a little goofy at some points, like with the throw in the axe a million times.
Right.
But I feel like the original, it's a little tighter to me because the budget was so low. It was unique at the time.
Yeah.
I feel it works. Jensen Ackles is great at everything he does, but this didn't work for me.
That's fair.
Compared to
the original is a better one. The remake was just more of a guilty pleasure.
So this next one, I hope my boy pops for this one because this is a good one. But once again, you got to know what you're going into. This is for the people that can handle the gore. Okay?
Oh, I know where this is
From
going.
Sean Byrne, this is The Loved Ones. I'm not going to tell you anything about it because you don't need to know anything about it.
Okay.
You just need to know 2 things. One, you know, Lola, she just wants to go to prom with Brett.
Yeah.
You need to know that. And you need to know, buckle up for a gory, crazy movie.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
You don't need to know anything else.
Right.
Not for the squeamish. So number 2, I hate you stole the thunder from me. From 2001, directed by Jamie Blanks, who did Urban Legend, is Valentine.
Yes.
Denise Richards.
Yeah.
David Boreanaz. Katherine Heigl. Great cast. It's about a slasher where you got 5 women who are stalked by a mass killer during Valentine's week.
Yeah.
Great movie, like
Dude,
Trey said.
Honestly, it's just a solid Valentine's
underappreciated.
It really is. And I first off, I love Urban Legends. Urban Legends is not talked about enough.
No. Neither of these films are talked about.
Neither of them are. And honestly, I'm a little guilty myself. I haven't revisited Valentine in a long time.
I have recently. I like it. It's the Cupid killer.
Yeah.
So similar to Hard Eyes.
Yeah.
This mask, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, it needs to be on the list.
But number 1, because I'm thinking date night, right?
Yeah.
You want a movie with people in relationships, you know, some smoochy smooch. This movie has it.
Yeah.
You want a movie with some comedy. This movie's got it. You want a movie with, you know, some horror and some action so you can hold your love tight. This movie's got it. That is from my boy Christopher Landon, Happy Death Day.
I mean, yeah, I guess
it's got everything you need.
Yeah, I guess it does.
It's got horror. It's got relationships. It's got comedy.
Yeah.
You're going to laugh. There's a sweet moment.
No, you're right.
There's a bunch of jump scares, and Jessica Roth is just giving the performance of a lifetime with her eyes.
No, yeah.
We talked about on the one of them days review, Kiki Palmer, very visual person.
Yeah.
With her arms, her face, everything. Jessica Roth, same way.
Yeah.
She's very, you know, huge eyes.
Very expressive. Yeah.
Thank you. Words are hard.
She is a really good actress. You know, it's crazy. I hadn't seen her in a while.
Yeah, the last thing she was in that I can recall.
It's like a romance movie, wasn't it?
She was in the TV show Utopia.
Okay.
And she had a very, you know, small role in that. It was like a mini series on Amazon, I think.
Yeah.
And then she was in La La Land.
Okay.
She's one of Emma Stone's roommates.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, we haven't seen her in a while. We need to.
She's a great actress.
Chris, if you're listening, we need Happy Death Day 3. I need it now.
Yeah, I'm honestly okay. So last Happy Death Day came out when?
Oh God.
Happy Death Day 2. Did that come out
2018?
Wow.
I want to say.
Wow. See, you know, this could be a 10-year deal. You know, it's crazy though. A lot of trilogies, that second to third movie takes several years.
Okay, so Happy Death Day 2017, Happy Death Day to You 2019.
Okay.
And then he did Freaky.
So he's due. Remind me, was Happy Death Day 2? Did it end where a trilogy could be made?
Yes, because it ends where they have discovered what caused the time loop in the first movie.
Okay.
And now the military is testing it, and they're testing it on her, Tree. We're in crisis mode. That chick.
Okay. Yep. That's right.
And it ends with like her screaming.
Well, you know, it's crazy. It's not abnormal for the third movie in any trilogy to go 10 years.
Yeah.
I've seen it countless times in movies. First one that comes to mind is Rush Hour. Rush Hour, it didn't take that long, but it did. It was a longer process. Also, you look at Bond movies, that happens too.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, yeah. I mean, several movies, they'll extend for a while, but yeah, I feel like he's due to remake it because he's making other movies.
Yeah, like I said, he's done Freaky. He's got he did We Have a Ghost for Netflix.
When he's doing Drop.
Yeah, he's doing Drop.
So maybe I don't know, man. Maybe Happy Death Day
faith in you.
Is dead.
It's not dead. I got faith in you.
I got
number one.
I've got a little list.
Oh,
I just came up with
my baby. Got
Hold on, guys. Please welcome to the stage, Spencer.
Oh, not getting mine. But I do have a few. I was like, I have a few ideas.
Okay. This is the lady's perspective.
Yeah. All right. I think I only had 4 that come to mind though. So I'm gonna start number 4. So my number 4, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
That's a good choice.
That will get y'all horned up. Gary Oldman, dude.
Someone take the mic away.
That will set the mood. Okay, it's a horror romance. We about to.
Okay. Oh God. Hey, we have retreat. I guess, gang.
Another one I had in mind was
number 3.
Yeah, I think this would be number 3. Bride of Chucky.
That's a good pick.
Well, I was thinking that before you said your bridal one. But I love that, and we dressed up as that, so it's just a cute movie.
I love Bride of Chucky so much.
Number 2, this is random, but I was kind of like, it works because it's sort of romance and horror at the same time. But I was thinking, Get Out. Meet the parents. You're like going over, and then it's like boom,
the
horror.
movies you said so far, I've seen on some lists.
Yeah,
when I was doing research, I just typed in like horror movies to watch on Valentine's, and I did see those because
it starts out romantic.
It
starts out good, and then it goes really bad.
Yep.
Yeah. And then number 1, Human Centipede, for very obvious reasons.
How about we don't watch that one?
Yeah. We're skipping first, second, and third base, and we're going straight to
ass eating.
Yeah.
I
mean, you really get to know their insides and outs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get to know them inside and out.
I thought you were going to say Warm Bodies.
Okay, number 5. I love Warm Bodies.
Would have been
That's a good one.
I saw that on some lists.
It almost made my top 5.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that one, but I do love that one.
It was great. Man, honestly, solid list.
Well, that's my list. And I just came up with it the 5 minutes that y'all started doing a list.
Well, look at my baby. She is talented.
She had an honorable mention of Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
The Human Centipede.
That's a wild
I'm proud
answer.
of you, babe. I'm proud of you.
Well, look, guys, I appreciate y'all being here. I hope you enjoy the game if that's your thing.
Yeah.
And this week, it is Valentine's week. But in honor of Valentine's Day, we will not be reviewing a Valentine's movie for Valentine's Day because we will be reviewing Captain America, Brave New World. Is it a good world or a bad world is the question.
It's new. It's new.
It's something. Hey, Anthony Mackie.
Look, I love Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Horror movie?
It is. I mean, the government,
Yeah. Hey, trust me, the government's pretty terrifying.
But I mean, that was when Marvel was at its peak to me. I really hope they can do it, but the reshoots scare me, so we'll see.
I'll say Anthony Mackie, one of my all-time favorite actors. Cut the check, love him, but I don't know if his performance can be good enough to be dragged down by the reshoots, the rewrites, this, that, and the other. This movie, all things reported, is $400 million budget.
Yeah.
Almost $500 million. I don't see that making it.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll see, though, because we'll let y'all know.
Yeah.
Trey, you know what? Real quick before we get out of here, let's forecast, okay? Crystal ball. What do you think you are going to rate the upcoming movie?
I see anywhere between a 3.5 and a 4.
3.5 to 4.
I think it is going to surprise me because Marvel's been on such a low that I think my expectations are low, and I think this movie can pleasantly surprise me. I also want Marvel to do well.
I do too.
I certainly don't want them to do poorly, and I'm not preying on their downfall. So I want this movie to be higher. But given, the recipe over the past few years with Marvel, I just don't know. So we'll see. But yeah, I say 3.5 to 4. I love espionage.
Yeah.
I love like a grounded Marvel movie. So it's got all the ingredients for me to like rate it high, but the reshoots have me really scared. What about you?
I'm in the 3.3 to 3.8 range.
Okay.
Only because
it's a little dub down for me.
I just am not sure about it.
Yeah.
The first trailer I really liked, where it's like if you have epilepsy, it'd probably give you a seizure because it's like
right.
But the new trailer, I'm like, oh, this is kind of looking like bad writing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, we're finally getting somebody to acknowledge there is a literal God coming out of the planet.
Exactly.
So thank you for that, and thank you for listening. And if we want you to let us know, what are you watching for Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Maybe, you're watching Nosferatu.
Maybe Human Centipede.
Maybe you're watching Bram Stoker's Dracula. Maybe you just finished and you're thinking this.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who finished?
Hey.
Somebody's finishing.
Jeez.
Somebody finished, bro. And what?
If you want to let us know what you think about any of the movies we talk, send us your list, send us your reviews. There's so many ways you can do it, but let me tell you the best ways. Check us out on Instagram or TikTok, A Toast to Film, all one word. Check us out on Twitter @film_toast, or check us out on wonderful YouTube where you can see Trey losing it, me with my eyes just getting huge every time Spence saying something.
And Eddie just says the right thing at the right time, always.
Because we're here for you. That's what we do. But we just hope you have a good night.
Good viewing. Damn, Eddie always